So hello, and who are you?
Hello, my name is Mike Reid. I'm a member of Amnesty International and I have been for 50 years.
And what is Amnesty?
Amnesty is the world's leading human rights organisation. It has 10 million members and it promotes understanding and knowledge of human rights. It undertakes research on human rights and it seeks to defend the human rights of every individual on this planet.
And what are human rights?
Well, human rights are the basic needs of humanity. Every human being has certain basic needs: the right to food and shelter and security, the right to freedom of thought, the freedom of expression, the right to meet with other people and share their ideas, the right to freedom from arbitrary arrest, the right to fair treatment, fair trial if they're brought before the courts. Basic, fair treatment, justice.
And why did you join the organisation in the first place?
I joined primarily because at that time, back in 1972, I read of an instance of someone whose human rights were abused. Do you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this was back in 1972, as I say, in Greece. And Greece, wonderful modern country, but at that time it was a dictatorship ruled by colonels of the army, quite a brutal dictatorship. And this particular person was held in a prison. He was held in solitary confinement. And he wrote a letter to Europeans. He managed to smuggle it out. And the letter explained his experience in the cell and how awful it was to be in solitary and not have a soul to speak to. And he suddenly saw that in his cell was a mosquito, which was a blooming nuisance when you're already suffering. But he changed his mind and decided that mosquito was the only other living creature. So he rolled up his sleeve and bared his arm and let the mosquito draw his blood. And that was his way of survival, to share with another creature.
Wow. So how can young people get involved within Amnesty and more widely standing up for their human rights?
Well, it's very easy to get involved. Just go online and find out on the website how to become a member or how to participate in appeals. There are many appeals online on the Amnesty website. There are many activities, simple actions that people can take. If they want to go further, they can join as a junior member. Some people form school groups. Further on, people form college groups and carry out more activity, particularly promoting information and awareness around amongst the people around them.
And my second to last question is, what activities have you been involved in to advance human rights of individuals?
Of individuals? Well, primarily the case I brought today in the talk to your school about Ahmed Mansour in the United Arab Emirates, because he's unjustly imprisoned 10 years, held in solitary confinement, and all he's done is write about other instances of people who've been treated unjustly in that country. He's never promoted and would not promote violence. He's a peaceful individual, but he's been in prison for expressing his opinions. So there's that. But on a broader scale, I've been working very hard on the rights of Palestinians under their treatment with Israel. This was before the recent conflict. And in the recent conflict, we've of course condemned the atrocities by Hamas and the atrocious response by Israel that's killing thousands of civilians. And every week, just say this, we hold a silent vigil in the centre of Manchester every Friday at 5 o'clock.
And finally, are you optimistic for the future?
I'm not optimistic, because I think this is not a good time in human history. People are polarised around the world, extreme opinions are coming to the fore, dictators are back in power. The progress we made from the 70s onwards seems to be being reversed. The only optimism I think I could have would be to look to the very long term, that will turn around again and mankind will march forward.